still really upset. And I'm going to start with this. I'm still very upset that I did not break the news to the people that Martin Short and Meryl Streep are dating. Look at it on my list.
I know. I saw you.
Look at it on my list.
You posted the proof.
It's so annoying, but also the notes app doesn't show you when you added that. Now, maybe
no, it doesn't.
Maybe somewhere in the depths of Apple servers, the cat
on the keyboard. If I had my career, I could absolutely go back
and that metadata.
Yes, like dig into that data and say, oh, I could see that you added it January 6th. Or January.
Not January 6th. Oh, no.
Sorry, everyone.
Oh, no. Sorry if that's your birthday.
Oh, triggered.
No, any other day.
January 7th. I meant January 7th.
I'm telling y'all, I've had this there for months and months and months and months. The second I heard that Martin Short and Meryl Streep were dating, I was so delighted by that.
It's so cute.
Because most men in Hollywood, back to the Leo of it all, pretending to be a young man.
Yes.
A great actor.
Yes.
They just go for young girls. They can get them. And Martin Short could.
He absolutely could.
He could.
Because he's funny. Funny. Like, you can't just be an old crotchety man and pull young tail. I feel
unless you're super, super rich.
Yeah, super, super rich. But, I mean, because we could use... who's the Patriots' former coach? Why is the name escaping me?
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick. I would classify him as like an older, grumpy man.
Yes, of course.
We know he's wildly wealthy.
And so he's dating a 26-year-old.
Right. And now he's going to be coaching at Carolina, at college. Like, it's a whole thing. But Martin Short is also funny. And I think funny is giving youth.
Exactly.
It's giving youth.
That's exactly it. Mm-hmm. And yet still, Meryl Streep.
How
icon,
cute.
Queen, legend, Meryl Streep. They're 1 year apart. Like one's, I think it's like 74, 75.
How adorable.
It's so cute to me. Also, like Martin Short is actually short.
Yeah, he is short. He's little.
Yeah, he's a little guy. I think she kind of is the same height, maybe even taller.
Yeah, she might be.
They're the same age. Like, it's all these things that you just don't usually see in Hollywood. And they're two great actors too.
It's
like
adorable.
They're on equal playing fields for me.
Are.
They feel exactly like they match each other. They match each other.
They're equally yoked.
They're equally yoked.
Yeah, as we would say in the scriptures.
Obviously in the scriptures. And so I was so delighted when I heard it, but they would never confirm it. And they're on the same show. I guess. What is that?
Wait, what show are they on? I know nothing about the show.
That Severance or something, you guys?
Oh.
Hold on.
You and I are not as dialed into the drama shows.
Anything other than reality TV is just, or comedies.
That's what I was going to say, because you've said on this podcast that you want to sit down and be delighted, entertained, and uplifted.
Yes.
You are not necessarily sitting down to watch TV to feel sad or anxious.
No.
Now, I will dabble in a few of those things. I like a period piece. I like something that is like a Game of Thrones or a Last Kingdom. Y'all know I also like a White Lotus. But I'd say generally, it's reality TV for me or something funny.
Exactly. Same. This show is The Only Murders in the Building. Have you seen this?
No.
This is also what Selena's on.
Oh, The Only Murders in the Building.
Only Murders in the Building. I think it's supposed to be like a whodunit Clue-esque.
Oh, well, that's kind of fun.
I know. I think it actually might be really good.
That's how White Lotus is.
I know people watch it. Here's who's on it. Martin Short, Steve Martin, Selena Gomez, Meryl Streep, Jane Lynch, and then some people who I don't know nearly as well.
These are huge names.
Huge.
How am I not knowing about
Cara Delevingne.
Oh, I love her.
Cara Delevingne, Eva Longoria, Amy Ryan, Jesse Williams. Okay, Zach Galifianakis, Eugene Levy.
What?
Okay, maybe we should start watching this.
Maybe we
it's a drama. It's a drama, but these people are so funny. It's got to have some humor.
How many? Is this like an ongoing seasons or there 4 seasons?
4
with all these people.
Anyway, Meryl and Martin are both filming it. So when people would see them together, they're like, "Oh, it's because the show."
Yeah,
but no. So it was.
So how was
swirling.
it confirmed? Like when
they came out and said so.
They did.
They finally admitted to it. I think right around the Oscars time.
I think this is so adorable because it's like, you know what? No matter your age, you can find love. Yeah, you can find love. There's someone for everyone at every stage, and good on him.
I know.
For not trying to pull the young thing, which at his age could be a 50-year-old, but like. good on him.
I love
like the respect for him has skyrocketed for me.
Skyrocket, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, I just love this. They had been asked early in 2024 if they were together, and Martin said, "We're not a couple. We are just very close friends." But since then, in 2025, it has come out and said that they've been together for about a year. So maybe he wasn't lying then. Maybe it really was just we are good friends.
Yeah.
And then it progressed to more, as it does.
As it should. You should start as friends.
Yes.
It's funny to think.
Josh and I were friends for 2 days.
Yeah. I guess that's the same for me and Matt,
It was
too.
fast.
Speaking of relationships and things of the like.
Yeah, I love how you act like you and Matt had a very long friendship and then got together.
Matt and I are on this new app. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, what's it called?
It is called, hang on, because the name is not on the app. I really should have done better preparing this for you.
Is there a cat you take care of?
No.
Oh, no, the reason why I ask is because Jack and Bella were on an app, and this might be time to have a little bit of breaking news.
Okay, I think breaking news would be good. While she breaks this news, I'll figure
Look
out
up
the
the
name
app
of
name.
this so that all of you folks in relationships can start doing this with your partner because it's so freaking fun and great, and you're going to be more in love than ever. But let's do some breaking news here because I have been asked by some people in our orbit about this who have picked up on the clues.
Yes,
and I said,
clues.
Miss Miranda's going to let you know when she feels it's time to let you know.
And I wanted to double check with Bella. And since she was home on spring break, I was able to have a conversation with her about this. And only because we have talked about it on this podcast and, publicly on Instagram and things like that, Bella and her beau have broken up. And she doesn't want me to dive too much into it, obviously.
Yeah.
But the decision was made that she needed to break up with him for a couple really big reasons.
Yes.
And those cannot be revealed. She is protecting him, and there's some privacy and all that sort of stuff. And anyway, they have broken up, and it's a good thing.
Yes.
And it was about 2 months ago, and we are just trying to move forward. She absolutely was devastated, heartbroken, felt like the rug was kind of pulled out from underneath her type thing. And she has been very, very, very deeply sad. And it has been the absolute hardest thing as a mother that I've had to walk a child through up to this point. And it's been brutal. I wish it upon no one. Obviously, we know that there are going to be lots of relationships that are going to end throughout our lifetime.
Yeah.
Right? Or lifetime. We have one. There are going to be lots of relationships that will end throughout your lifetime, and same for your children.
Yep.
And it is still very hard. These two thought that they were each other's kind of one and only soulmate kind of love.
Twin flame.
Yeah, twin flame.
Well, the thing we had talked about too is that it's the first love.
Yeah.
That's what you're walking her through.
Yeah. First love, first heartbreak.
Yeah.
It's been bad. She's doing the best that she can. She has a lot of help at NC State. We're utilizing a ton of different resources that they provide, and lots of help in other forms as well. Because it's been really terrible.
I know,
really terrible.
And
really
I've watched
terrible
as your friend. I've had to watch you walk through it too, and it's brand new for her, and it's brand new for you.
Y'all, and I know you don't want to hear this, new moms. I know you don't want to hear someone say enjoy this time. They're just little once, and enjoy every moment. Don't do that. You can't enjoy every moment. Like when you get crapped on and there's a blowout and they throw up in the car seat and all that.
Yes.
That's not good. We don't like that. Those early years are very physically tough and tiring. But I'll tell you, those years are also so good because you control all of their happiness, right? Whatever delights your child is because you did it.
Yeah.
And whatever upsets them, that's also because you did it.
Yeah.
But you're only changing their diaper and that upset them. To watch someone absolutely take down your child and brutally break their heart and then you're just left trying to watch them pick up the pieces of it. And things get really scary and really dark and everything. You can't control that. you can do everything you can to mitigate it and to be there and to support, but to watch someone else break their hearts, like it sucks. It's terrible. So when it's good, like when your child's happiness and sadness is just all on you and it feels very controllable, enjoy that. Like, I don't know if that sounds really weird to say, but definitely enjoy that time.
Yeah.
Because once you start bringing in, the 5, the 6, the 7-year-olds and they hurt their feelings on the playground, that sucks.
Yeah.
And then you start dealing with the friendship stuff, right? Maybe in middle school. That sucks. But to watch someone think that they're going to be in love with this person forever and go from senior sweethearts to prom to
all those memories,
and all those things that you made together in graduation, and then going off to college and still seeing each other constantly and making the effort, and then you think you're gonna graduate and then you're gonna get that home and the white picket fence and the dog and the cat and the kids, and you just think that, right? And it's young love, but like they really thought that.
They did.
And these are kids who aren't like other teenage kids. They don't like the same things that other teenage kids do. And you meet in chess club and you both like Dungeons and Dragons and you like to build Minecraft still and you're nerds and you're proud of that. And you like to make board games together and you already have your business ideas and you've already trademarked the name Button and Dice and like you have all these things and you think like this is the beginning of forever, and then it's not. And to try to explain to an 18-year-old that was highly unlikely, but you know what? Be the exception. Don't be the rule. Y'all aren't the rules anyway.
Like you wanted to support her through all of those dreams and like not poo-poo any of it, while also in the back of your mind as her mom being like,
realism.
Realistically, is this really going to make it? It could. But I think I also want to tell the folks that something you also said through this was if she was home, if she was going through this heartbreak junior year, senior year of high school, you would be there with her every day, holding her hand and really walking her through it and making her favorite meals and showing her like there is still light and happiness here in this home and we are here for you. And you said it's been mostly difficult because she's away.
She's away and she's so sad and so devastated. And like I said, very dark. And so I wasn't able to really keep eyeballs on her and a protection too, not just a nursing your heart back to health, but like watching you and making sure you are eating and you are getting enough water and that you are turning on the lights again and that you're, please pull yourself out of bed and go to class.
Go outside.
It's really hard to get into this program. You have to go to class and not even being able to do that. Like can't even turn on the lights, can't shower, can't eat. Like it's so hard to watch from afar. And so I was going up there a lot, back and forth. She was coming home as much as she could. So you might have seen her here a lot more and been like, or me at NC State on a Monday night at 10:30 p.m. And that's because she needed somebody.
She needed
and
you.
I knew that.
She needed your food.
She didn't need my food.
We all do.
I know.
We need your food.
I brought carrot. No.
They look like carrots.
I brought Cara oranges. That's my brain was going carrots, orange, Cara.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I'm really trying hard not to cry here.
I know.
So I'm trying to just talk about food, which does help.
It does.
But yeah, it's been bad that she's been so far. And I know 2.5 hours doesn't seem that far away.
No, but that's
when you're
far.
in like a critical mass
This is
moment.
a teenage girl. Like that is far. And also, I think this is, I just want to say, like, for anyone listening, like, y'all know, like, we have shared so much about Bella, and she is like a strong, independent, has been working since she could work.
Motivated,
like hustler.
Yes.
Like very strong-willed.
Yep.
Has a very strong mind.
Yes.
She is not swayed.
She'll debate anybody.
Yes. Like I've debated with her. Like I'm telling you, Bella is like, she is strong in that way. And she gets that from you and Joshua.
Thank you.
And
if
so
she's even struggling.
Yes. So I'm saying to parents, like, if you're listening to this, just know, like, any kid, if this could happen to Bella, this could happen to any kid, and they might crumble under the weight of it. And you are going to have to step up, and you are going to have to fill in the gap. And that might mean going to state and driving 3 hours on a Monday night.
Yeah. Just to help her do laundry because she can't even like remember how to do that.
Yeah. And it might mean several months of that just to get your kid kind of out of that dark place.
Yeah.
And we know as adults, and we have enough life experience to say we're going to look back at this and we're going to be grateful for it and we're going to have learned from it. And it's for the best. I swear to you, it's for the best. But they don't want to hear that in the moment.
They don't. They can't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like me saying to parents, like, enjoy those newborn days. Like, it's hard until you can look back on it and then say, man, those were the easy years, actually, because this is so much harder. We always say, you know, they say, capital T, that the bigger the kid, the bigger the problem.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so, like, the smaller the kid, the smaller the problem.
So true.
And that's kind of what I'm trying to say here is, like, because everything is so controlled when they're little. And then when they're big, so much is out of your control. So even to, like, the other drivers on the road, once Lily gets her license, they are in control of my child. She's only so much in control of her vehicle, but everybody else around her is now who I have to worry about. Whereas when your kid's in that car seat, it's you.
That's
right. There are the other drivers, but, like, you at least can control that part. And so that's been very hard. And then, as I've been honest and talking about here on this podcast, and it's in the prayer vigil, is to help Ella find friends.
Yes.
So when this is all going down, and I think that this will be like the beautiful kind of part of this, what is it, when the Phoenix Rising type thing, is that the kids are okay. So here's the thing is, I've told y'all she's really struggled to make friends. And part of that is because of her relationship. Yeah. He was coming to state. She was going to Wilmington. Yeah. They were always together or coming back home to Charlotte. So she wasn't very social. And she's not a big social. She doesn't party. She doesn't do any of that stuff. And so I think the kids in her program we're like, we're only going to pour so much into somebody if we're not going to get really much back. Yeah. And I get that. And I would put that on Bella. Yeah. Like, hey, evaluate that. Yeah. And so once this all happened, she was like, I have no one now. He was my only person. And now I have no one. And so that's the other part that feels like this breakup is going to be extra hard, is because now who will I even talk to during the day besides you and Dad and Lily? Like, who do I have? And I said, whoever you feel the closest. And she had Adeline, of course. She's very busy. She's a sophomore. But I said, whoever you felt the closest to, just reach out to them and say, I know I haven't been there much. I know that, in class we don't talk that much, but I am going through a breakup and I'm really sad and I need someone. Yeah. And let's just see how these girls react.
That's great advice. I love that.
And so she did, and she reached out to the one that she had felt the closest to, and she was just like, I got you. Like, we're good. These girls.
I
know. So y'all, listen, this breakup happened on a Thursday night. She happened, they came home. This happened. She was home until a Monday because it was Martin Luther King, I think. And then she had to, and so I took her back to school, and there was the big clean out of all the things and the memories and the pictures and all that. And then I had to leave, and I had to come back home and just hope that she was going to be okay. I think she wrote one of the girls on maybe Tuesday, and then she went into class a couple days later, and all the girls kind of came around her and just said, we heard that you broke up. We know that you're really sad. We can tell. I mean, when I tell y'all, I know the way she just looked terrible. Like, terrible. She'll admit it. She looked terrible.
Because Bella's always very pulled together.
She is.
So Bella's not the girl that's showing up in like sweats and just like a smeared face.
Oh God, no. She doesn't even know pants, as we will get to. So my little Mormon girl, Okay, so they all kind of come around her and they're like, it's going to be okay, Bella. We're here for you. We've all been through it. Like, we can tell you everything about it, blah, blah, blah. And then they said, would you want to come out with us on Saturday night? And this is the first time she had ever been invited anywhere by anybody. Yeah. And she was like, let me think about it. I don't know what that even entails. And one of them said the cutest thing. Well, you just wear jeans and a go-out top.
We've been saying that for years.
Y'all,
jeans and a going out top.
It never changed. When Bella told me this, she called me and she said, Mom.
Oh my gosh, like the jeans have changed, right? We've talked about that. The jeans are different jeans than we were wearing, but the jeans and going out top is still the uniform.
They call it a going out top still.
Oh, I love that so much.
Are y'all, so all the elder millennials listening are like, no way, the college kids still call it that, because Bella called me and she goes, Mom, the girls invited me out on Saturday night to go to a frat party, and I'm considering it. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, Bella, you have to go. And she goes, I know, but they told me that they all wear jeans and a going out top. And I was like, oh my God, a going out top? They still say that? And she was like, yeah, I guess so. Like she didn't know.
Yeah, and then that's a big question mark for Bella because again, like it's not like a cute vintage dress.
No, it's not. It's not a knitted, heirloom piece that she found at the Salvation Army. So
Bella.
So she's like, well, I don't have that. And so I said, well, tell the girls that you don't have that and kind of maybe send them some pictures of options. Well, anyway, she texts them. And they said, well, why don't you just come over to our dorm room early? Y'all, they got her dressed. They did her hair and her makeup. Like,
this is girlhood. This is girlhood, you guys. The kids are all right.
Yeah, they're okay.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
This is beautiful.
It is.
And when we talk about girl, who
not just Allie Bally's song.
Not just Allie Bally's song, but I'd say Bose who is like, I would say the best addition to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in years, by the way.
A long time.
Has proven herself in short episodes that she is such a girl's girl. And I was just thinking about this because, that's always what's on my mind.
Well, the Bose Brewmate.
The Bose Brewmate. I knew it was on its way. But it's like, we live in a time now, I think we have really, as women, come to a place where, and you always hear that, like women supporting women. But I would say when we were growing up, it maybe did feel more competitive. Yeah. It maybe did feel more like women butting heads or talking badly about each other, whatever. Now it's like girls stand for girls.
Yes.
Like you listen to any of these, it could be podcasters, reality TV girlies, whatever. Like Paige is famous for this. I watched a thing this morning. She was like, someone submitted a question. It was like, what's a great skincare tip for men? And she was like, I think just shutting your mouth. That's my best tip for your skin. And it's like this, we are living in a time where girls have been shown and encouraged to support each other in this way.
Yes.
And it's not about being competitive. It's not about icing out someone.
Right.
It's, like
no,
to watch
I don't think
them,
that's happening as much anymore.
It's not.
It's really not. And
it's
I think
so sweet.
It was so sweet. She's like, they said
did her hair and makeup.
They did my hair and makeup, and she sent me pictures of her, and she just looked so beautiful and so cute. She did still wear like a quilted vest on top of the going out top because that's her journey, and she just felt comfortable in it, and she had just thrifted it, and she was really excited about it.
I love her.
So she did still wear it, and she went, and she didn't drink. She didn't do any of that. She said that she could be their DD. And they were like, great. Every girl group's looking for the DD. Yes. Speaking of girlhood, yes, please.
Yes.
So,
and I love that because then I know that Bella is safe. Yes.
She is safe. And anyway, a lot happened that night and things went down, but like the girls were okay.
I love that.
The girls were okay. And it gave her this idea that like, okay, maybe I do have friends and they have been doing stuff together. They're going to trivia tonight together at a bar somewhere.
Oh, well, they better be ready because Bella is trivia queen.
She's so excited. She was like, oh, trivia? Yes, I'm in. Please. Yes, yes. And they're just like kind of including her now instead of her feeling like I'm constantly making the effort and reaching out that they are just like, because all the trivia plans happened because she had brought it up to them a couple weeks ago, like, oh, I'm really good at trivia. I do it with my family. And so I guess someone just the other day was like, hey, we have trivia Wednesday night. I included you in the head count of the car. And she was like, okay, thanks.
Oh my gosh, this is it. This is where she can begin to shine, is to show people it's not her having to change anything about who she is.
Right.
It's, let's go and do these things that I love anyway.
Yeah.
And then they can get to see the wonderful Bella that we all know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited about trivia. You're going to have to keep me posted on that.
I know, I'm excited. I hope it doesn't get canceled. Last time, like everything kind of fell apart. Somebody needed to do this or that.
Okay.
I'm hoping it actually happens tonight, but she's very excited and she feels like she has found some genuine friendships.
Great.
With some of these girls and, they text and everything. And then so that was big breaking news. Second big breaking news is this. And because again, this is something I've talked about a lot on here. She did write me, I don't know, or called me a couple of weeks ago and said, Mom, I'd like to talk to you about if I'm allowed to have Snapchat now. And so,
ooh, that's a big deal.
I know, which is funny because like she's 18, she's an adult, and she's in college. She can literally just sign up for Snapchat She doesn't have to ask me.
But she
did.
knows.
She knows how I feel.
Yeah.
And so
That's a respect thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a respect thing.
Yeah.
And she said, I want to talk to you about it because I do know that this is how a lot of people make plans.
Yeah.
This is how they communicate, a lot of them.
It's how they show they're going out top.
Of course, it's how they show they're going out top. And it's also how maybe you meet another person.
It sure is.
Another suitor, let's say.
Uh-huh.
And so we did talk a lot about it. And here's the thing, y'all. That excuse was the same excuse that, they tried at 13 and 14 and 15. This is how people communicate. This is how you meet people. I understand that. It's still a no.
Yeah.
It's still a no. And so my big reasoning always then and still now was one, time suck.
Yeah.
It's a time suck. Do you really have time to introduce a new app into your life that will constantly be titillating you?
Yes. And tap, tap,
Come
tap,
join,
tap, 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 tap.
swipe, 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 streak, all the stuff.
Yeah.
And then two is still always protection. Even though you're 18, I want to help you understand that you might see things you are deeply uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
Because you're still sweet little Bella.
Yeah.
And people might send you stuff. They might say things to you. The Discover page might show you stuff that you just deeply that sits wrong with you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so we talked all about that. She understands that. She feels like she is definitely in a better headspace now.
Okay.
And that she wants to at least try it. And I said, you're 18.
Yeah.
You're in college. You can try it. And let's just keep a pulse on it. And
Yes.
let's keep doing heart checks on it too. Do you feel like it's adding to your life? Is it fun?
Yeah.
Or is it now becoming something you stress out about?
Yeah.
And it is not, and it's subtracting from your life or detracting, whatever. And so far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Because you said that the young men of today,
Mm-hmm.
when they meet a lady, if she were to meet someone in class, his first question to her is, "What's your snap?"
What's your snap? And
It's
then
not even to ask for a number; it's a snap.
No, it's a snap. And if she were to say, and she did, she said, "Well, I don't have Snapchat," and he was like, "Okay," and walked off. It was no. And then she said, "Well, I have a cell phone. I'll give you my number." No.
Ugh. And it's tough. Like, I waffle on this because I'm like, these young men need to stand up and approach ladies in the right way. But is this just the culture now?
Yeah.
And we as parents kind of maybe need to accept that a little bit. And
but it's still, and I know that they can delete messages even from text. I get that, but it's the quickness.
I know.
It's so fast. And I mean, so Bella's on there, and within days, it's like, here's 15 different guys coming in. She didn't even know them. Just, hey.
who are these people?
And I don't know. And they start by sending you just a picture of their face. Okay. And that's how everybody starts. It's not even a word. There's no hi, hello, how are you?
Wait, I am like,
No,
what?
Kristen, my mind was blown.
I'm so confused.
My mind was blown. I'm watching it happen, and it's like just a picture, and it's like this part of their face. Okay. Just like the corner.
The
of
corner of
forehead.
their head?
Yeah. And then you respond with your corner of your head.
What is happening?
Yeah. And then they're like, here's this much of my face. And they send half of it. And then she sends half of the face. And then here's the problem. Then they move down to their abs.
Oh, no, we're not going south.
So then Bella does not send back a picture of her abs. She sends back a picture of her face again, and blocked.
No.
Blocked. Just like that.
These boys are trying to go downtown Julie Brown, literally,
Yeah.
to the South Pole
Yeah.
via Snap.
Yeah, they are.
And if she doesn't continue to go south,
Yeah.
she's blocked.
Correct.
Who are these young men? Where did they even find her Snap?
So sometimes you can be in like a chat. So she was in the NC State freshman one. So you can meet other NC State freshmen.
Oh, so they can have like chat groups.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You can search it, I guess.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's been wild. I'm glad she was home for spring break when she decided this so that we could kind of watch it together.
Yes.
And just see what was happening. And she's like, Mom, what do I send back now? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how this works. Why are y'all only sending eyeballs? Like,
this is crazy.
just talk to them. She goes, well, they're not talking to me.
What did Lily think of this?
Yeah. Well, of course. So then Lily is watching her. So mostly then she finds like the friends now on there.
Okay.
And so they are chatting back and forth. So cousin Bree.
Okay.
I mean, automatically Bree's like, oh my God, you're on Snapchat finally. And so they talk so much more than they ever would on text.
See, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, is there part of this we just have to accept because it is what the youth are doing? Maybe like our parents had to accept text messaging, that we were going to start texting, and that was
Instead of calling.
Yeah. And then we all got social media, and now everybody's on Facebook, and it grew from there. I do like that part of it. That
But
for Bella, she's feeling a little more plugged in.
Yeah.
With people maybe she wouldn't be communicating with as much.
Exactly. But then that's the other thing. So that's fine if it's your cousin or Jalacia or whoever.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, well, texting, yeah, maybe our parents didn't like it, but at least it was people we only knew the numbers
Well,
of.
that's true.
Random people just couldn't find us.
That's true.
And so I still stand by the fact that I don't think that kids under 18 should be on Snapchat or TikTok. But what Lily is now watching is Bella now communicating more with her friends and her cousin and whatever, and sending back like silly faces or the filters or whatever. And Lily's like, you know that this is making me want Snapchat too.
Oh,
and I said, yeah. I know, Lily, I understand that. But when you're 18, we'll talk about it.
I would love to be snapping with your girls.
I know. It's a good time.
But if I go on Snapchat, will men just be sending me their foreheads?
Yeah.
Like
that's
what?
why I'm not back on it
What
to communicate with Bella. She will continue to call and text.
That's right.
And FaceTime.
Yeah, that's not how y'all are going to be.
No, we're not changing the way we communicate to do that. I understand that that's right for some parents and their journeys or whatever, but for me, the cons still far, outweigh the pros.
Yeah.
And but Bella wanted to give this a try, and so we are, and nothing's happened. Like she hasn't been sent a D pic.
No D pics.
But that happens a lot.
Right. I mean, how many D pics has Bree seen?
Oh, countless.
Thousands.
Probably. I don't know. But
Jackie's like,
not one, not zero. And I know this because they all talk about it. And Bella does have one friend who's a lesbian who was like, oh, I just F with them. If they're gonna send me a D pic, I roast it. I take that as my
she evaluates
to just roast it.
Oh my gosh.
And I feel like that's like how I stand up for women.
That's how she is a girl's girl.
Her womanhood is to annihilate his manhood.
Now, is Jackie on Snap? Does she keep in touch with Bree that way?
I think Jackie must be on Snap, but I don't know.
Because I feel like probably all of their kids are. I feel like they're all plugged in that way with social media.
Yeah. I think that they are all on it. But yeah, I don't know.
I would let Jackie reach out because I really would love to know if you are on Snap and what that looks like for you as an adult. And then like with your kids and kind of back up. I don't know. I'm just curious about that.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this, like if you are someone who allows your children to be on Snapchat, then I think that, especially like at 13, 14, 15, I think you should be on it so that you can see what's actually happening within the app.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can stay like up to date, whether it's a terrible trend. Like remember when it was popular, I think it was on TikTok, but like to destroy the bathrooms in school.
Yes.
And like everyone was doing that. As a parent, if your kid, especially as soon as they can get it at 13, and some of y'all are allowing them at 10 because you're letting them lie on their age, you better be on there and see what the hell's happening on these apps and what's being promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Don't lie for your kids' ages and let them sign up early. It's a terrible precedent to set. It's not good. It's not smart. You know it. You know in your gut that you don't like that.
Yeah.
You just did it because your kid asked too many times. Don't do that. I really believe that. Now at 13, if this has become a family decision and they're allowed to do it and there's some parameters on it and controls and whatever, I can't tell you how to live your life. But I'm still saying like Lily's asked for it now, and she only asked for it one time when she saw Bella get on it and how much fun it looked. And we haven't had that discussion since.
Okay.
I shut it down. But still not allowing it for her at 16. Bella, she's 18. She's in college.
But I love that she still asked.
She still did.
She still came to you and
still
said,
did.
Mom, can I get Snap?
And this is what's going on. I'm letting y'all know.
Yeah.
Those pictures start going south real quick.
This is shocking news.
It was crazy. I had no clue that this is how it was going down.
I can't believe it starts with the upper quadrant of the forehead.
Yeah, just
what?
Just a random or hair, and then you send your hair. It's like Bella was like, I'm just going to match them what they're sending me. If they're not going to say hi, hello, how are you? I'm not going to be like, hey, what's up? Like, but they all start with the picture. Every single message came in except for one boy. One boy came in and just said, hey, how are you? And they've been chatting back and forth.
Okay, so the nice, decent young man, he is actually
with
getting to have a conversation with wonderful Bella.
And he didn't send abs or privates or anything.
Oh,
Nothing weird.
Love this. I love this. Well, the text I had sent to Bella when all of this went down was just, hey, girl, hey, we love you so much. All the things that I hoped she needed to hear.
Yeah.
And also was just like, your man is going to come into your life at some point. We don't know when, but like that person will come and you will know in your soul of souls that you went through all this other yucky stuff and maybe even some other relationships and breakups and things. But when that man comes along, you will feel it, you will know it, and everything will make sense in your brain as to why you had to go through some of this stuff.
Maddie Nelson says, listen for the bells. Her mom always told her to listen for the bells.
Love that.
And when she met David, they were both like, if y'all don't follow Maddie Nelson, she's real sweet. Hey, Maddie Nelson. But they met on like a mission trip in Guatemala, let's say, somewhere. And she said, I just took one look at him and I heard bells in my ears. And I just knew that they'd eventually be wedding bells.
That gives me the chills.
I know.
And
sweet.
I literally, when I think of, and I think you would say the same.
Yeah.
When Josh walked into that party, those were your bells. And when Matt walked down into the basement of Brick and Barrel and walked towards me with a big smile on his face, those were the bells. And I literally, so y'all, this app, because I said,
oh my God.
No.
What a tangent.
No, I'm so happy this is perfect. Like we needed to talk about this. Okay. I am certain that the podcasts listening to this right now are so happy and what's the word? I don't want to say like proud of you, but they're like holding space for you right now that you shared this with them. And I know they will be tender with it. And I have a feeling you're going to get some DMs and some encouragement. Okay. And I know that that's coming. And maybe they have a nice young man that is also on Snapchat.
Well, there you go. Let us know if you have a strapping young
buck.
Buck. Okay, if they go to NC State, a plus. Okay, she doesn't.
If they go to State, Chapel Hill,
yes,
Duke. I mean, we've got a whole triangle region.
Yeah. She can. She's right there.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. Let's play matchmaker, make me a match.
Okay.
Find me a find.
Catch me a catch. This app is called Paired.
Paired. Okay.
Paired.
Okay.
So it's paired : couples and relationships. So you each download it on your phone.
Yes.
You swap a code with each other. And it just prompts you on, at first it's starting with like how you met. And like I just said, it's, him walking down the stairs and how that makes you feel and what were the memories from that day or that night. And you can start different journeys. If you feel we need to work on our communication, if you think that's kind of a pain point in your relationship, you start that journey in the app.
Okay.
And it takes you back and forth. It's asking you different questions. Do you align on this? Do you not? You might need to work on your intimacy. Okay. You do that journey. And there's games. Like it is the most fun thing.
I love this.
Yeah.
So that's what this all began because I was saying that Bella and her ex, they were on one of these things, but they had to take care of a cat.
I mean, I want to do that too.
Yeah, you could like adopt a pet in your universe, but it was a relationships back and forth thing.
I need to do that.
Yeah, one of their things, and so I was just curious if y'all had a cat yet.
I honestly should email this developer and be like, just add a little pet.
Add a pet.
It's
just something to take care of.
It's cute. Add like a plant that we can be watering and put it in the sun.
That's exactly it. They had plants. They had pets. Okay, so what track are y'all on? If it's not too much to pry?
No. So we did. Let's see.
Because I don't feel like there's anything for y'all to work on.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was like literally just the suggested.
Yeah.
Let's see, our timeline. I'm still kind of like getting used to this. Okay, so our track right now is it prioritizing quality time? Not sure why we're on that track. We're together a lot.
Yeah, y'all are always together. We're like literally work out of your house.
We're like more.
Yeah, more time. Actually, just let's stay inside of each other always.
Just lay on top of me and squish me down into the earth. Till we become one.
Yes. I mean, when to become one.
That was an early episode.
I need your love like I never needed love before. Wanna make love to you, baby. One of the best Spice Girls songs.
Ooh.
I love that song. It's on our podcast playlist.
It is. It was one of the first that we added.
One of the first. Oh my gosh. Going back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning. Okay. Do we want to do 2 and 2? I feel like you have shared so much already.
We'll do it in 2 and 2.
Oh, I've already cried. You've already cried.
I know.
Before we even got into the 2 and 2.
I wasn't expecting that.
All right. This one's a good segue though.
Okay,
let me start with this.
Let's hear it.
Because this is another thing that I'm seeing on the Snapchat back and forth, but in texting as well.
Okay.
And it is this generation, not our generation, but I guess X, I think maybe started it, but going into alpha. but the idea that they end every written text with LOL.
Oh.
Do your kids, have they gotten into this yet? Have you noticed?
Tinsley definitely does a lot of LOL. LOL.
And it's not funny. Like you're saying LOL incorrectly is what I want to say to people.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have to go to the store with my mom. LOL.
Yeah. Because they don't know. Why are they doing that?
They're doing it because they want to make sure that the person never thinks that they're mad. Because we're also raising a generation of people who are like, are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me?
Yes.
Right? Everyone's so terrified of someone being mad at them. Like people are probably always mad at me. Don't care.
Yeah.
I do sometimes. But it's this idea that like they can't tell over the tone through text.
Yes.
Because they're still, I guess, figuring it out. And instead of using emojis, because God, no, don't do that.
Oh, God. I mean, but we love the emoji. That's what the emojis are for.
That's what they're for. They kind of can give you the tone. But instead, these kids are so worried that it's going to come off mean. I always hear from my kids are always like, I don't want it to come off mean. I'm like, you're just saying that you can't talk anymore because you're going to the store with your mom.
Yeah.
How could that possibly come off mean?
Yeah. So they throw an LOL on there.
They throw an LOL on the end. And I watched this happen back and forth again with Bella and her ex, but then with other friendships and the girls kind of going back and forth. And it was it was like, hi, LOL. Anyway, what are you doing, LOL? Going to the store with my mom, LOL. Okay, I have to go to bed, LOL. Why are y'all putting LOL at the end of everything? Stop. You're not laughing. This isn't even a funny sentence.
This is like the new, our generation saying like.
Yes,
saying like a lot, but also our generation, we overuse exclamation points.
Yes,
we're.
I know.
We want to make sure that I'm being positive.
Yeah, I'm up. Everything's happy. We're speaking in a higher octave.
And actually, if I don't use an exclamation mark, you should know that something's not right.
That's right. Remember when we had the friend with the K period?
Yeah, we had a K period friend.
Yeah.
If you send me a K period, we are, I guess, in a huge fight.
I guess so.
The friendship is crumbling.
Yeah, I guess we're broken up.
Yeah.
So bye.
Yeah. But I also sometimes...
Then I never did see her again.
When people do... yeah, you didn't. Well, neither did I. Wow, that was 5 years ago.
Best 5 years?
Best 5 years.
Yeah. It's
best 5 years. I can't.
Girlhood.
Pastor Mom.
Women supporting women. Not that one.
Yeah, not that one. Okay. And understandably so.
Yep.
But the exclamation marks, if someone does not, if I can tell that someone's like maybe feeling a little salty in a text, you know this, that I've gotten to a place where I'm like, you actually just need to say out loud what your problem is.
Yeah.
And so I don't expect anyone to pick up on like, if I'm not sending the exclamation mark, like you don't have to chase me, right? Like
I'm going to let you know.
Like you don't have to chase me and be like, are you okay? What's wrong? Because I'm not going to chase you ever.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, just say what the problem is.
Yeah.
And I will always say what the problem is if it needs to be said. Yeah. Period.
And that's why we don't have to fill it with all these things.
With the LOL.
If we are actually texting you, we're probably not mad at you.
No.
And then we're just having a conversation, so we don't need to add too much or too little.
Yeah.
But this LOL is making me crazy.
It's crazy.
It's just like, yeah, I need to finish my paper. LOL. Why?
Ooh, I'm going to check in on Tinsley. I'm going to make sure that
it's a lot of LOLs.
That this is not happening. And if it is, that she puts a stop to it.
Yeah, we just need, it always comes back to saying what you mean and meaning what you say.
Yes.
So if we're just overusing things that we don't even really mean to have in there, then what is that making up for? What are we insecure about or worried about? The perception that we are now using this as a filler to fix that thing. And so let's just get to the root of it. Do you think that your friend's always mad at you if you don't use that? Well, then ask them, hey, are you upset with me?
Yeah.
Do you understand my tone? Have we got to know each other well enough that you can pick up on what I'm saying? Because if not, like, what about me is making you feel that way?
Yeah.
Like, let's just talk about it. But just using LOL so that they don't think you're mad at you in every text. Well, God, I hope you're not friends with someone who always thinks you're mad at you.
Well, this is
that's not good for friendship.
We've talked about Jonathan Haidt, the guy that wrote The Anxious Generation, which I think this speaks to that. The anxious generation. You're worried your friends are mad at you, right? But he wrote that book about the technology use, really is what it's about, the social media, and it's just been so hard on their mental health and all of that. Well, he was doing an interview, a podcast interview, and this person came out with some new statistics for this generation saying Alcohol use is down.
I saw this.
Yes. Drug use is down. Teen pregnancy is down. So there's many markers that have come out where they're saying, this is good. I mean, this is good.
Maybe
news.
this generation's fine.
Yeah, maybe they're fine. And so he's responding to this host and saying,
It was Dax Shepard.
oh, yeah,
I saw the armchair expert.
It was. And he said, I know at face value that looks great. But what is the reason that all of this is down? That drunk driving is down? That, all of
Teen pregnancy is down because.
Yeah, because they're literally just on their phones in their bedrooms all day long.
They're not seeing each other face to face.
They don't-
Jonathan literally said, you can't make babies if you don't see another person face to face. You can't have intimacy.
You're not driving drunk if you're not going out and socializing with your friends.
Or getting your licenses.
Or even getting your license. And he said to Dax, I think we need to step back and say, are these positive, quote, positive things happening because these children are wise? No. It's not wisdom that they have gained. It's the fact that they
all
are
of a sudden have frontal lobes forming faster than generations before them.
No, they are just stuck on the technology, on the gaming, on the apps, on the phones, on the social media.
Yep.
And that is how they think they're socializing, but they're actually just sad, really.
And if you looked at it, so yeah, maybe teen pregnancy is down, but what's up is sexting. Phone sex. Like all those sorts of things have skyrocketed. Pornography.
Yes.
That skyrocketed.
And a mental
because
health
you're not
crisis.
seeing each other face to face. Yes. And then depression and all that. They're saying, okay, well, then that doesn't explain away the suicide of it. Well, why is suicide down then? Well, it's just moved to the next generation above them. Like it's gone up in ours.
That's right. Yeah, it has.
And so that's not positive either.
No.
So yes, at face value. And this is what we always say. You can find a study to back up your point.
To support anything.
To support what you want it to be. And so here's Dax going, well, I kind of want to support and show like the kids are all right.
Yeah.
Like
they're not all right.
And Jonathan's point is they're just not seeing each other face to face.
And
so,
really,
yeah.
Jonathan's book too was talked a lot about. We, at some point, let's say in the 2000s, early aughts, as you like to say,
Yes.
parents began to exchange physical safety, a child's physical safety for their mental well-being. And you're saying, well, I don't want you running out in the street alone because there could be a pedophile that's going to take you in their white van and I'll never see you again.
Yeah.
So instead you bring that child inside and you plop them in front of a TV or a screen.
Yep.
And so to what you're saying, yes, it's like, okay, the teen pregnancy's down, the drunk driving, the partying, all of that. So physically they seem safer, but mentally they are not.
They're not. And that will... That the mental lasts forever.
It sure does.
And it's almost harder to course correct that than to say, I'm going to take away this beer.
Absolutely. A young man that has a pornography addiction
is very hard.
To break that is very hard because they're always going to be around technology. It's not going anywhere.
No, but you're not always thumbs up because I was sitting here like this. But you're not always, you go to work every day. You're not drinking the whole time. Like
that's right.
Some of that you do just, it's not present.
Yeah.
But the phone always is. And so that temptation is so much greater.
It is.
So yeah. Okay. So no more LOL.
No more LOL.
Use it when you mean it. Like, okay, I am laughing out loud. I genuinely watch the reel that you make with the tripod hitting me, the lasers coming out of my eyes, and I laughed out loud. And I typed in my comment, I legitimately am laughing out loud. And that's when you use LOL.
I love how much you loved that reel.
I love that reel. I love that reel.
It was very unexpected. That ending was unexpected.
I had no clue what was coming. And I was delighted that I got to be like a hero.
You were the star.
Those laser eyes came out and I said, I never knew I'd see that from me. And it was just a delight. It was a delight. I loved it. Laser eyes. I guess that's who I am.
I know. I love it.
I am always watching. Know
she
that.
Is always watching.
Okay, what's one of yours?
Okay, one of my things is I have been meaning to tell you about a show.
Oh, what show?
And I know we talk about shows a lot, but you might have heard of it.
Okay.
Extracted.
No.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead and jump into this with your family.
What's it on?
It is on. Extracted is on Hulu.
Okay, I have Hulu as part of Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Okay.
And
what's it about?
Y'all. We love it. So, and this is the first season they've done it.
Okay, I see it. It's just one season, so we could jump right in.
You
You're
could
right.
jump right in.
Okay.
You could blow through the episode.
It's a competition show.
It's a competition show. So imagine a little bit of if you like Survivor or like Alone, where people have to go out into the woods alone and survive. So you've got that element to it. But at the same time, they have two family members back at headquarters. And they're all watching each other, right? They're watching the contestants.
Okay.
Now, let's say Joshua was off in the woods and it was you and Bella. Y'all are monitoring his activity. Okay. How's he doing? Does he have food? Does he have shelter? Now, y'all can't communicate.
So we can't help him.
You cannot speak to him. You can hear him on his cameras, but y'all are not communicating back and forth.
So I just get to watch him either flounder or flourish.
Correct. Now, I think it started with either maybe 16 or 14 families all in this headquarters together. They're all watching each other's loved ones. Okay. So you can see how everyone else is doing. You're noticing, okay, this woman over here is doing very well. This guy is about to pass out from dehydration. Like, everyone's watching everybody's contestant.
Okay.
And you're in that room wheeling and dealing, baby. You're in the room fighting for supply drops. You're in the room fighting for your person to be able to send them.
So you're competing and they're competing.
That's right. But they have no idea what you're competing for. Like, it is so multi-layered to watch this.
Do they know that we're watching at least?
Yeah, they know that eyeballs are on them because there's cameras all over.
Do they know that we are competing as well to help them? Or are they just getting a new drop of water and thinking like, thanks, production crew?
Yeah, here's what I'll say. Because it's the first season, I don't think the contestants in the woods know how much competing is going on in headquarters.
Okay.
Now, if they do a season 2, people will have a better idea of what they're really fighting for at headquarters. But it is fascinating to watch because you're seeing these family dynamics come out. And here's the other kind of funny part of it. Those that were chosen to go into the woods, they are all amateurs. These are people that are not survivalists.
Okay.
They know nothing.
Okay.
They are out there.
So is the point for them to be almost the opposite of that? Like we're just like someone who loves a bougie hotel and now we're dropped in the woods? Or is it people
It's a mix.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a woman who's like a hairdresser. You know, she was just like, I just want to try this and test my mental toughness.
Why not?
Like Joshua would do.
Yep, he would.
There's, all sorts of, there's a retired police officer, just different folks from different ages. There's an 18-year-old all the way up to probably 60, men, women. And then they just somehow they get selected and they agree to go do this. It is hard watching some of these folks because they are truly such amateurs that they don't even know how to even start to build a shelter or they're drinking the lake water. They're not boiling it. And then they have diarrhea for 2 days.
Oh, yeah. That's going to clear you right out.
Yeah. And here's
the thing. As much as I do love about a diarrhea, and we've discussed it, not in the woods. Not in the wild.
And not on camera.
I don't know that the camera would bother me as much, but definitely I do want a toilet and toilet paper.
Exactly. I'm like, are they using leaves? I mean, the supply drops are very far and few between. They are really putting these people to the test. And you guys, this is something you can absolutely watch with your family. All of us love it.
Whole family show. We love that.
It's a wholesome family show. And week to week, you truly do not know who is going to get dropped out. So here's what happens. You're watching your person. And the reason it's called extracted is those two people back at headquarters have the power to pull you out.
If it just looks too grim.
Yes. And so they have a little key card that says extracted on it, and they can walk to the front of headquarters, put the key card in, and press the button together to decide we got to pull our person. She's going to die, right? Like we've got to extract her. Or mentally she is crumbling. She is on camera begging us to please take her out.
Oh, okay. So they can beg.
They can beg. And the first extraction, you are, as a mother and as a teachable moment person, you are going to be unwell watching this.
Oh boy, I can't wait to start this.
Yeah.
Gosh, we got to add that in now too.
I know. But
we do have an update on that. Lily decided to stop from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and she said, I want to do Parks and Rec instead.
Oh, love Parks and
Rec. So I was like, fine, let's do that because I've never watched the whole Parks and Rec either.
Oh, love Parks and Rec.
I know. So that's an update that I know everyone was waiting on the edge of their seat for.
They were. But now you can add extracted in.
Okay.
And I think it totally has something for Joshua because it's some of the like mental toughness
Yes,
adventure.
he loves that.
But it also has the drama of the headquarters. There is this one family that is just like, they are not there to make friends.
Okay.
And at first I was irritated by them, but now I am like, let your person win because you are here to fight. And I do think if they were to do more seasons that this would get even crazier like in the future because
I can't wait to start it.
Right now they've got pretty nice people, but I could see this getting pretty messy.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, every subsequent season, I mean, you hear that all the time from people like, well, I was on the first one and we didn't know anything. Y'all are coming in. You've learned so much from us.
Yes.
Even with the traders, like you get to learn so much gameplay and watching.
Exactly.
And it almost feels like, yep, you know what? The first season of people, they're the real G's.
They're the real G's.
They're the real ones.
Yep. Okay, so Extracted. Y'all start watching this and let us know how you like it.
Okay, my second thing is, and I hope that I have enough. Do I have enough memory in the bank about this?
Is this an old story?
It's not an old story. It's actually made the rounds. Okay, you might even pull it up while I'm doing this, but Alona Mar was recently in an interview. Speaking of mental toughness and just like tough G's.
Yeah.
Alona Mar. Y'all know Alona. She's the one who was on the United States rugby team.
Yes.
She went super viral during the Olympics.
Yes.
She's a bad A. Like, she's the girl.
Yes.
She was the moment. And there was an interview of hers recently where someone was asking her questions. Okay, so type in Alona Mar interview.
Okay.
And let's just see what comes up. And it's a woman who was asking her about imposter syndrome. And she was saying, like, how do you deal with not feeling good enough? And Alona was like, I don't. I never feel that way.
She's like, I am good enough.
I am good enough.
What are you talking about? Here it is. Okay, January 23rd.
Okay, can you play this? I don't think it's very long. It's probably a 1-minute clip, maybe.
How do you overcome imposter syndrome?
I don't have that.
Really?
No, I don't know what that. It's like where you don't feel like you deserve it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have it. And
Okay,
everyone
like
else-
how is that possible? I feel like imposter syndrome ruins my life sometimes.
I feel like I deserve what I've gotten. I think that I've worked very hard, even in the rugby space. Like, I've played sports my whole life. I went and played rugby at South Burlington High School, and then I made the late decision to play rugby here, and then I transferred here to play rugby, and then I do all the work off the field. I posted videos consistently from Tokyo till now. I posted many videos a day. I put myself out there. I put my whole personality, my whole everything out there.
So basically you're just saying, don't even acknowledge it.
I just don't think I have that.
I love it.
Which I think is also like people are told sometimes to feel like they have that imposter syndrome. But it's okay to be proud of what you've done.
Yes.
It's okay to believe you deserve something because you've put in the work for it.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, let me tell you how much this interviewer pissed me off. I've watched this clip several times, and this interviewer is not listening to her, and it really annoys me.
Yeah. Well, she was projecting.
That's exactly what it was, projecting.
Yeah.
But it's just like, even at the end, after Alona gives this amazing answer as to why she doesn't have it, she goes, so you basically just ignore it. And Alona's like, I just don't have it.
I don't have it.
And she says, really? I just don't have it. Then she goes, how do you not? I just don't have it. Well, why not? Everyone has it. I don't have it. Like, how many times can Alona Mar say, I don't have this?
Yeah, that was strange.
And so as women, I'm thinking like,
Why can't we just believe her?
just believe her. Believe women.
believe women.
But it made me think about this imposter syndrome thing. I don't have it.
No, I don't think I do.
I don't think we do.
No.
I think if someone,
I mean,
were to
y'all,
ask
if it-
us,
yeah.
I really like
No.
Of course, there are times that I'll look at somebody and aspire to
Yeah.
be like them, or
Yeah.
they'll inspire or whatever. If that person said to me, how do you deal with imposter syndrome? I'd go, I don't have that. And she'd go, really? And I'd go, I don't have that.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
That is not something I'm ever using in my vocabulary.
right.
When I'm speaking about myself.
Same.
I'm kind of racking my brain here. I'm thinking about my life as a mother, as a wife. I mean, I would say at least for this here podcast, there is no imposter syndrome, because if this were to take off and we were to become something with it, I know how hard we have worked at this. I know what I have put into
We would
this.
say the exact same thing that Alona's
I would say
saying.
I have earned this.
Yes.
I have earned it.
Yeah, I just don't have it. Even in the influencer space, when I hear a lot of influencers talk, and
you've been grinding all this time.
I've worked really hard. I'm
worked
trying
so
to put
hard.
myself out there. I go sleep on the ground to bring people content.
Yeah.
I stand without peeing for many hours. No one's doing what I'm doing.
You know what?
And I'm not doing what they're doing.
The influencer world, I could definitely see some girlies feeling like imposters because some of these girls do happen to just pop off sort of overnight.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you've got 500,000 followers and, click, 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 click. I could see that if that sort of happened magically for you, that would feel like an imposter as opposed to someone that's been grinding at it for 7 or 8 years.
I mean, I have kind of watched. I mean, we've talked about Bobby with the eye before.
Yeah.
And in less than 6 months, she's grown to, she just did a 100K giveaway. So she had 100,000. But as she's promoting it, she's like, I'm already at 110. Like, she can't even keep up with her growth. Like, she's trying to do the 50K. She had the 50K cake made and she was already at 62. Like,
wow.
she can't, she's growing so quickly that she can't even keep up with her own numbers by the time she's posted it.
Do you think that she would feel like that? Like, would feel some imposter way? Or do you think that she in her heart is like, no, I've worked really hard?
I think that she's worked really hard and she has such a great niche and she just puts out really good quality, fun, relatable content that people love it. They love that she has a full-time job and that being an influencer is a side thing.
Yeah.
And so it didn't feel so pick me. It didn't feel like, I've just decided to be an influencer and this is my job now. And so this is what I'm going to do. And everybody needs to buy my stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like that. It feels so genuine and authentic. And people really relate to that. They love the fact that, hey, you're not coming on here and telling me that you need my 12 pennies because you have a full-time job.
That's right.
You have a partner.
Well, then you can trust her.
That
means
can trust her
opinion-
recommendations.
Yeah.
It goes up. It skyrockets up.
Yeah.
And so I do think that other people could watch her. I could watch her and be like, I've been doing this for 8 years and I haven't grown a follower in a year and a half. I have not moved the needle. I'm at 23.4. I cannot move off of 23.4. No matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter who I try to piss off or who I try to please, it's not moving. I got that there were a couple different numbers along this journey where I was like, I am never going to move off of this. I think one was 8,900. And I just thought, I'll never move this needle. It will never move. So I know eventually something will happen.
Yeah.
And it will. But just to sit stagnant at 23.4 for a year and a half is like, damn. So I could even be someone who looks at Bobby with the eye and is like, 6 months, huh? Okay, wow. Like,
good for you.
Okay, and I could feel a little bit of like an imposter. And I could feel like, what am I not doing? But at the end of the day, like, I can't, I like her content too.
Yes.
So why shouldn't other people? I love her content. I'm commenting on everything. I'm supporting it. I'm watching it. I'm liking it. I'm shopping her links.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything. I'm like, girl, you need to come to Charlotte and hang out. I've invited her to my home at this point. Like, I like her. So why shouldn't 110,000 other people like her?
Absolutely. I love that.
So it just is what it is. But I think that there are some influencers who are like, why not me?
Yeah.
And like, or they could be feeling like, but Bobby could be getting to this pinnacle and growing so quickly and just be like, why did it happen to me? But instead, I think she's like, I worked really hard.
Yeah.
I make a day in the life reel every day. Do you know how hard it is to make a day in the life reel one time?
Ooh.
How much time and effort it takes to go set up a tripod before you do everything in a day?
Insane.
I've tried.
And then go back and edit that.
And then go back and edit it and clip it down and put the voiceover on it if you're going to do that. And then every day in the life, she does the links. She's already on Like to Know It and showing people, okay, here was the dog kennel I use. Here's the leash. Here's the work outfit I wore today that you saw. Here's the tripod I used. Here's Cammie's volleyball shoes. Like, she's doing all of that for every post. Do you know how much work that is?
How I mean, this woman is working on a level of productivity that I do aspire to that.
I aspire to that as well.
Yeah.
And so
She is not wasting 1 minute of her day.
She's not. She's working full time. She's a recruiter. Then she has 2 kids she's driving around. Then she's doing all the promotions. She's doing all the editing. She must not be sleeping. She can't be sleeping. But you know what? The bags under her eyes don't show that.
Insane.
So then maybe she's got great skincare. Link it. She already is. Duh. Like, But
link the cream to the eye bag.
I really genuinely hope that when Bobby is seeing the success, that she doesn't feel like an imposter.
No.
I hope that she is going, I know how hard I've worked on top of my job, on top of, I was a single mom there. I had 2 little girls.
Yeah.
I knew how much every single penny meant and what I needed to do to keep things going. And I'm so impressed by her. And I hope that she, if she were interviewed by this woman, would say, no, I don't have that.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't have that.
Women, we don't need to be doing that. Who comes to my mind, of course, is Sister Lauren. I think of my sister and just her journey in her career. I mean, I can tell you all the moves and the twists and turns over all the years and where she is now. And I mean, she's literally in Texas right now for a work thing. Like everything she's doing now is just heightened. It's elevated. Like she's made it. Like she did it.
She did it.
And Lauren, please never feel like an imposter. I am telling you, as someone who has seen it all, like you deserve where you're at and to go even further, even higher. And our dad really showed us that because that's what he did in his company. Just kept climbing, kept growing, and it was all just hard work.
Yeah,
it was just grinding.
You know what reminds me of Sister Lauren getting to this pinnacle in her career is the 2-day radio stint. And I feel similarly. Yeah.
That is it. But we said this is the springboard.
Even if it's not, though, it's just the fact that like I tried out so many times and baby, I'm going to be on it for 2 days. I'll take it.
And think about it.
I'll take it.
You will not need to feel like an imposter sitting on that mic because you have been trying. You weren't just handed this. No. You have been chasing this for so long.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't like that interviewer just constantly like continuing to follow up with, oh, really? No, you don't. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh. Well, then you're just ignoring it. Oh, you're just
so bad.
Shut up. Don't say that. And it is projection. And obviously that interviewer did end up saying like, well, I have it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not every woman does.
I mean, what she should have said to her response was, that is so inspiring. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I hope that other women listening can learn from this. Like, just say that.
Just be proud. Whatever it is that you're achieving, just be proud of it. Know how hard you work to get it. And even if the Midas touch just happened, even if it just landed in your lap, right? Like even if you still put yourself there somehow, some way.
That's right.
So it's still on you. Don't feel that way. That interview's been grinding my gears, and every once in a while it gets a resurgence. I think maybe I commented on it or something.
So now it's like watch it again.
Like watch it again and again and again. And it's like this 1-minute interview should be studied in a class.
Yeah, it should.
It should be studied
in a journalism class.
And I love you, Alona Mar. Thank you so much for like being that voice and that kind of unabashed pride in yourself.
Yes.
Knowing what you do to get there, knowing what you did to get there and that you're continuing to do to further women in this sport and just be a role model. And I think that she does a great job at it in a lot of ways.
Okay. I have a great segue for my number 2. Because it is about, I guess, not necessarily influencing, but it's about you and me.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe a next step for us.
Okay.
You know, we have had.
I love how we always flesh this out on the pod.
On air.
Yeah, on air.
On air.
I tried to say on the pod and
I said on air. Okay, whatever. You know, we've had multiple people. As you eat this orange.
I have to. My throat's so wet. Okay. I mean, my throat's so dry.
Well, it's going to be wet.
I ran out of water.
Okay, we'll slurp the juice.
Yeah.
We have had multiple people who have gone to meals with us say it is so entertaining to watch y'all eat.
Yeah.
Talk about the menu, talk about the food, figure it out together. And then the meal comes and there's more to talk about to the very end. And we are licking our fingers, right?
Yes.
Well, we went to dinner for Phil's 80th birthday.
Yes, you did. I saw. Did you remember the candles?
I did remember the candles.
Thank God.
I did. I was so eager to take them out. They were like melting in my hands, just waiting for the moment. But we did. I had told y'all we were going to go to a steak dinner. We went, had the best time.
Where'd y'all go?
We went to Ted's Montana Grill.
Okay,
and
I've never been there.
It's so good, and you would love.
Nice.
You would love the pickles they bring to the table.
Oh, you start with pickles.
You start with pickles.
Hell yeah!
And they are pickled in house. They are very salty.
Love that. Oh, it's the dill floating.
It's the dill floating.
Yeah,
they are so crunchy.
Perfect.
So
yes,
good.
You're saying all the right things. Yes.
Okay. Again, like we can't shut up about this.
No, we can't.
And so we are at this meal and Phil's asking me, about the menu. And then Julie's saying, well, what would you suggest for this or that? And I am just giving my honest reaction to it. Just like, and Phil stops me and says, the way that you passionately talk about food is a sight to behold. And then he says, I really think that you and your friend Mandy
I love him.
should start doing this together. And it's y'all, Phil's 80. Like
Yeah.
his finger's not on the pulse of like social media and
No.
these things.
No.
For him to say this to me and say, I really think y'all need to be sharing this with the world. I think y'all need to be going to different places, trying their best foods, giving your honest reactions to it. And I just was looking at him like,
Even he knows.
even he
He knows.
sees it. And
Yes.
and again, like in that moment, it wasn't me putting on, it was me just so excitedly telling them about the menu. I've had
Yes.
this, I've had that, try it. Make sure you get it medium. Don't
Mm-hmm.
do medium well, And I just said, I've got to come back and tell you this.
I love that I've kind of tried like to say like, hey, when this place reaches out, we're going to go to
Yes.
the restaurant, we're going to film it, but we haven't been able to sync up on that.
I think this has got to become a priority. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you what I really love.
I agree.
I really love, just like we've done on Patreon here, people that go and get whatever to-go food and sit in their car
Yes.
and eat the food in their car. And I know that's like kind of a trending thing, but I feel like you're getting kind of the most authentic, honest reactions to food when someone's just in their car eating it.
That's right. That's why it took off so huge. I mean, Smaller Sam was able to combine that with the macro of it all.
Yeah, she did.
And the losing weight.
Yeah.
But the reason why people come to her page is because they like to watch her eat in her car.
Eat in the car.
It's
And
a
so
niche.
it doesn't necessarily have to be just that for you and I, but I think that
No.
that would be maybe part of it. And
Yeah.
just one of our passions legitimately is food.
It is. That's why this will always have a bell.
It will always have a bell.
Will always have the bell.
And we are much like Meghan Markle. We are high-low. And so we might
That's
be
right.
at a Ted's Montana Grill eating a $50 bison filet.
Okay.
Okay. Or we might be in the Taco Bell drive-thru.
Absolutely. Which, by the way, leads me to let's have an appendix to this.
I love an appendix.
You said Taco Bell, and
Yeah.
mine's gone. So, I like to have them here because mine was removed, as y'all know. But the fact that there is a Liv Moss convention,
I know. We need to go.
how I have on here, Liv Moss Live? How do we get invited?
How do we get invited?
How does
And
Taco
that's-
Bell not know about us?
And that's how they will
Announce
new menu items.
correct. And did you see it? That looked fun.
That looked
the Liv Moss Live looked like a BravoCon.
It looked so freaking fun. And again, like our passion is there.
Yes.
And him standing on stage and being like, we're bringing out this, we're doing this, we're doing that. I felt there should have been more wooing in the crowd. We've talked about woo.
Yeah, we have talked about like people needing to give the responses.
Yes.
The proper ones.
We would have been screaming, crying, throwing up at some of these
Yes.
things.
Yes.
I couldn't believe my ears.
I couldn't believe it either.
The cheddar shell.
The cheddar shell.
The cheddar shell.
They put it down and it got crispy and then they folded it and then it hardens. And he said, okay, we've had a corn shell. We've had a tortilla shell.
Yeah.
And now
A cheddar shell.
we have a cheddar cheese shell.
Y'all, you can get any
my
taco.
mouth is watering. I want you to know
Same.
the glands are salivating just thinking about the visual and thinking about the cheese going down and bubbling up. Because the best part of a grilled cheese or really anything is when that cheese drips out, hardens, gets black, right? That is the best part. Now you get that in a taco shell.
Taco shell.
In a taco shell.
With the meat and the crispy and the cool crispy lettuce and the sour
cold,
cream.
crunchy iceberg lettuce.
I cannot wait to have this. I don't know when it's
Can't
coming
either.
to our market,
I
but
don't
we
know.
need it soon.
I don't
Taco
know.
Bell.
Yep. But how do I? That's a vision board thing.
Yeah, how do
Is
we get
getting
invited to that?
to Liv Moss Live? So I think. And I did this just the other day when I linked it or shared it or whatever.
Yeah.
I tagged Taco Bell. I am trying to get on Taco Bell's radar. I need their social media team to see how much we tag them. So from now on, anytime that we share about Taco Bell,
We're gonna tag.
Even if someone shares it with us and then we reshare it, we've got to tag Taco Bell and we've got to let them know Liv Moss Live ?
Yes.
Next year ? We are gonna get there. You heard it here first.
I agree. I honestly love this goal. We are
Yeah.
good time gals when it comes
Yeah.
to a convention of any
Yeah.
sort. And they should know that we will be bringing the hot fire content,
Some would call it the fire packet sauce content.
fire sauce content to not just our viewers and listeners, but everybody.
Everybody.
Oh my gosh,
But
I
we
love
do
this
need
goal.
to. And our TikTok needs to be food focused too. We got to go eat. We
do.
got to get out of this house.
We do.
And we've got to go eat.
I mean, we just do. And it I know in some ways it's like, here's the thing. When it comes to content creation, you want to, some things do feel sacred, and it's like, does everything have to become a bit?
I get that.
But I do feel in fear that food is just such an authentic passion of ours.
Yes.
And people really do pick up on it. It's not anything that is inauthentic or put on. It's who we are.
I mean, Jen Davis at
delights
first
people.
watch was like, this is amazing that I get to be a part of this.
Yes, I get to watch y'all.
To watch y'all do this. It's actually like really delightful, and it's bringing me joy in my life during my seasonal affective depression episode.
Yeah,
and like this is bringing me back to life is watching y'all order two things, split it in half, and then watch each other eat it. And that's really delightful for people. So let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
And
there is a place called Piccadilly's.
Okay.
It's over here. And it is such a shame that it has taken Matt and me so long to
good job on the me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
To figure out that this place existed. I mean, we drive by it every single day.
Yeah.
Piccadilly's right here. I mean, but it's like next to a gas station. It's so unassuming.
Yeah.
Well,
sometimes those are the best places.
I know. So we needed a Reuben on Monday.
Of course you did.
We needed a Reuben for St. Patty's Day. And so I literally Googled Reubens near me. And I don't want a McAllister's Reuben. I don't want that.
No.
Don't give me your plastic
no.
Reuben. I want a real Reuben.
That's right.
So this pops up, and literally the reviews for Piccadilly's is like, best Reuben of my life.
Oh,
never had a better Reuben.
it looked amazing.
So I said, Matt, I think this is the day. I think we finally just go for this place. He goes, he picks it up and brings it home.
Some would say you pick Piccadilly's.
We picked Piccadilly's.
Or you picked a paper pack.
And he brings this home. And the fries were fire, but the corned beef on this, you guys.
Is it so tendy?
And also, it wasn't on a rye. It was on a sourdough. And
I saw it. It didn't look like it was on a rye. It looked like it was on a sourdough. And I was so pleased.
It was a very buttered, crispy sourdough, but not too crispy. It wasn't cutting the roof of my mouth. It was just right.
But perfectly buttered.
I actually kind of blacked out when I ate this because
Yeah.
I looked down and I was done and I said, what did we even talk about? Was I saying anything?
Can I breathe?
Oh my gosh. It was so good. I thought, okay, you and I need to go get some to-go boxes from Piccadilly's for sure. But I don't know. I'm just putting this out here into the world that we are food people. We are not just these two girls who are like, I'm a foodie. No. Food is everything to us.
I mean, I was a couple minutes late because I was cutting us oranges because I said, Kristen loves the way I cut my oranges.
I do.
She loves a Cara orange like I do.
I do.
And it meant a lot to me to just bring you oranges.
I know.
Cut oranges.
I know. And it means a lot to me that you did.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is, I don't know, you guys might start seeing more food stuff from us.
That's fine. It works for me.
And we want to, obviously, we've talked about, Smaller Sam, some of the calorie, how do we get more protein and that sort of stuff. That could be part of the conversation.
But really, it's about just eating and enjoying.
It is. It's
and
about
spreading the word about places, too. Look at Piccadilly's. Maybe they're going to get an uptick.
Honestly, if you are in the Matthews area, please go to Piccadilly's. Matt said he went in and it was giving cheers. There's a bar and one guy was about to pay for his food and the girl was like, oh no, Frank already got it for you. It's very kind of that way. So
that. I had a great Reuben at Reuben Fest.
Oh, yes. Was it so good?
I had a great Reuben at Reuben Fest. That corned beef was so tender. No fat.
No fat.
No fat.
We do not want fat.
No gristle. No fat. Just super tender corned beef. The sauerkraut was so sour. The Thousand Island was perfect. It was on. Now, Tiffany said it was on a rye, but without seeds. I didn't taste it at all. It looked like a sourdough to me.
Okay.
I was 100% pleased with this Reuben. I had two of them. Oh, the cheese was so good and so melty.
Who did they have coming in making these Reubens?
I don't know. I don't know who catered it, but someone killed it.
Oh,
Laid it down.
Golly.
It was so good. Okay, anyway, you guys, I think we need to go eat.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to Piccadilly. So, to be continued or continuare?
Continuare. Comer is food.
Yeah. Well, comida.
Comida.
So, comer might be to eat.
Comer. Continuara. Señoras.
Piccadilly's. Oh, got it. Señoras.